Hello, this is David Lee and John Hughes from Team 6, and our app is called CrypTxt. CrypTxt is a messaging service that encrypts and decrypts your messages. You can choose from a list of predefined encryption methods and provide a key that acts as a password for when another user decrypts the messages you send them. The key for encryption and decryption is the determining factor on how secure your messaging will be, so it is best practice that you share with your messaging partner the key or password in person for optimum level of security. CrypTxt will begin with a login screen to verify user credentials or create a new account with a username and password. The home screen will allow a user to click on their inbox, create a new message, or click on a contacts page. The inbox will show the most recent messages. The encryption methods will include the shift cipher, Vigenère cipher, substitution cipher, permutation cipher, and an advanced cipher, which is a combination of other ciphers. The contact page will contain saved contacts which the user can click on to send them a new message. The new message screen will allow the user to type in a plain text message, choose a recipient, and choose an encryption method. The message is then sent as a ciphertext to the server. When the other user opens the app, they can see all the messages sent to them in their inbox. They can then click on a specific message and receive the ciphertext. They must decrypt it in order to read the plain text by typing in the encryption key. One example of an encryption that is used is the Vigenère cipher, which is a cipher method that uses a word as the key, with each letter in the key indicating the amount to shift each character in the plain text. So if you use the key bananas, for instance, this would shift the first letter in the plain text by 1, the second letter by 0, the third by 13, and etc., based on the position of the key character in the alphabet. For plain text that is longer in length than the key itself, the Vigenère cipher will loop back through the key until the end of encryption. Another example of an encryption that is used is the substitution cipher, which is a cipher method that swaps each letter of an alphabet with another letter in the plain text. So if we entered a key that was all the letters in the alphabet backwards, this would substitute all A's into Z's, B's into Y's, and C's into X's. The permutation cipher is an encryption method that swaps the placement of letters in a certain pattern. For example, putting the third letter in the first position, second letter in the fifth position, and etc. Within the app, CrypTxt can send email and text message invites to join the app, and even a link to download. As a group, we decided not to implement saving the key to the server or device as we had originally planned. It is possible, but it would also make the encryption less secure if the key is saved on the server and someone were to access the server. We found that getting the connections between the app, the PHP code, and the server was the most challenging technological hurdle. We learned how to integrate multiple different stages of a software stack, including Java, Android, PHP, and MySQL, to create one application that performs a useful task, from the user front end to sending requests to the server, and backend code. What we may have done differently or can implement in future iterations of the app is make improvements to the user interface, such as using an instant messaging experience. Also, adding a notification feature would help to know when a user receives new messages.